Hello everyone, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is Prehistoric Facts Extra episode number 73, and this is my review of Prehistoric Planet Season 2 and from Apple TV Plus. And so let's actually get started, shall we? So here is one of the posters for Prehistoric Planet Season 2, and so in here, what we have here is a type of Tyrannosaur on here. I believe that what they're trying to portray here is a Nanuqsaurus. On this with its young, but they didn't really show the young Nanuqsaurus on here. This looks a little bit more like a raptor than anything else, but anywho, uh, you can kind of see here of what it was trying to promote back then around say April, because the first trailer for Prehistoric Planet Season 2 came out early April, and so we were all very excited about a season 2 of Prehistoric Planet, and luckily for us, we got it, and it came out in May 22nd. Not so kind of in the past month, so a few weeks ago, and it was a 5-day event where all 5 episodes got to air on each day, so Monday to Friday, that it actually got to be shown on Apple TV Plus. And so I recently got to watch it. I binged it, and I'll give you what I thought of each episode and what are the animals were on there, and of course. But first, we have to talk about the credits for this series. And so the credits here. So narrator is David Attenborough, the legendary David Attenborough, and so he came back for this season. And of course, the producers are Jon Favreau and Mike Gunton, and so they returned to produce this show. And Jon Favreau is just an amazing filmmaker, and so I actually give him a lot of props for like what he has done over his career, not just an actor, but of course as a director, writer, producer. He's got a lot of good stuff on his resume, and especially in his filmography. Pretty much good stuff on his filmography. The music composers, they all returned. Most of them have returned for the music. So Hans Zimmer, the legendary Hans Zimmer, Anzi Roseman, and Kara Tolv, and so they actually they made the music for Prehistoric Planet. Very good music. If you have not listened to Prehistoric Planet Season 1's soundtrack, please feel free to do so. The opening track is always great. Everybody's just gonna listen to that like crazy. But of course, that one's actually a pretty good. It's a pretty good soundtrack. This soundtrack is actually pretty good as well for season 2. It's really good music. In the studios, so we have BBC Studios Natural, and so they kind of were like pretty much the head honchos of the show. Of course, History Unit. So this is basically another bit of BBC, and so BBC has made us some great classic documentaries over the past. You know, Walking with Dinosaurs, Walking with Beasts, Walking with Monsters, Walking with Cavemen, Planet Dinosaur. I mean, it's just got a lot of credentials right there, and so BBC has done a great job with this series as well. So let's talk about the animals for each episode. And so I actually got them all written down, got them all down here. And so I'll talk about each episode here. And so episode 1 was called Islands. And so the animals that were featured on this one is Zalmoxes, Mosasaurus, Tethys Hetzagopteryx, Simosuchus, Majungasaurus, Adelatherium, Machikosaurus, Matsoya, Imperabator, and Morosaurus. And so these are animals that mostly lived on islands. But most of the time they were talking about Madagascar. But they started out of actually going through like some of these small islands that were in Europe in the Cretaceous period. And so like the Hatzag type of formation where you actually like in Romania where you actually see like all those miniature versions of certain types of dinosaurs. Tethys hadros makes its debut in this show, which is actually pretty cool. We know Zalmoxes did make a debut in the previous season, so that dinosaur gets its time in the sun again. But we actually get to see like a kind of almost like somewhat of a fan favorite of the show on Islands is Simosuchus. I've been hearing a lot of things about Simosuchus in this show uh, when the show pretty much started to air in that one week. And so when I got to see it, I was like, oh, it is kind of a cool, it is a neat creature, a crocodilian ancestor that ate plants, and it's a very funny looking creature, but it does, but it's actually really entertaining of what Simosuchus is able to do. Of course, Majungasaurus in Madagascar, Adelatherium, a type of prehistoric mammal that lived in Madagascar, and of course Mexicosaurus, a type of theropod dinosaur. Madsoya is actually a type of snake that lived in Madagascar. It's a type of constricting snake that lived in the Cretaceous period in Madagascar. And of course, Imperobator and Morosaurus, some dinosaurs that actually got their chance of to be in the sun as well. Second episode was called Badlands, and so the types of dinosaurs that were in this episode, or Tarchia or Tarkia, or however you want to pronounce it, an armored dinosaur, Corythoraptor, a type of theropod dinosaur, type of oviraptorid, Isosaurus, sauropod. You have Velociraptor, Nemegtosaurus, Tarbosaurus, uh, Curricula. That is a brand new type of raptorial dinosaur that is related to Velociraptor, and it makes its debut in this show. Praenocephaly is in this one as well, and Rajasaurus. And so certain types of dinosaurs made their debut in this one. So Tarchia, Corythoraptor, Curricula, and Rajasaurus, and I think Praenocephaly as well. So, I mean, Praenocephaly has been shown in dinosaur documentary before, and Dinosaur Planet, that Discovery Channel show back in the early 2000s. And so, yeah, this was actually a really neat episode to see the barren landscapes in this one. That one was really neat. The Tarchia uh, bit was actually really neat. I enjoyed that one. That part was really good. All right, let's actually move on here to episodes 3 and 4. So episodes 3 and 4, so let's talk about the animals that were in those episodes. So the third episode was called Swamps. And so we actually get to see an unnamed pterosaur from Mongolia in this one first. Then we have Shamosuchus, a type of crocodile. Of course, garfish. Everybody knows what a garfish is. Uh, then we get to certain types of dinosaurs like Ostroraptor and Mexicosaurus, and of course Mexicosaurus returns in this one as well. We have Belzebufu from Madagascar, the big giant, that devil frog from Madagascar. That shows up in this episode. It showed up in the season 1 as well when it ate the juvenile Mexicosaurus. Repetosaurus from Madagascar as well. So we did make a return to Madagascar in this one as well. So we started out in Asia and a little bit from Australia, but mainly from Asia. And then we go to Madagascar, and then we go to North America, and where we actually get to see Pachycephalosaurus, Edmontosaurus, Triceratops, and Tyrannosaurus Rex. And so the Pachycephalosaurus bit was actually really neat. Very neat. But I think, of course, I mean, I'm going to gloat about this because I loved this scene of right at the end, which is a night hunting scene for a pair of Tyrannosaurus Rex. So we have a pair of Tyrannosaurus Rexes hunting at night, and that is cool. That was really cool. I enjoyed that. I think that was a really good bit of like how like a Tyrannosaurus Rex doesn't always just hunt in the daylight. It can also hunt in like dawn, dusk, or even a little bit at night. I think that's really cool. This episode was actually really, really good. I like that one. Then the next episode, episode 4, was called Oceans. So we get to be a little bit more in towards like the marine reptiles and some of the other uh, type of creatures that lived in the water. And so we have a Mosasaurus, of course. Mosasaurus makes a lot of appearances in this show. Then we have a new type of mosasaur that actually makes its debut in this show, called Phosphorosaurus, and so a small mosasaur, and that one is actually pretty cool. Like lanternfish, there's lanternfish that are still around today. Hesperornis is in this episode. And we also get Zephactinus. Zephactinus is in this episode. We get types of ammonites in here too, all different kinds of ammonites. So we got Ammonoidea. Uh, we also have a type of juvenile dinosaur that actually shows up in here called Pyroraptor. Everybody knows what Pyroraptor is, but it's actually juvenile. We don't get to see an adult in this episode, which was kind of a shame in this one. Tyrannosaurus, a type of elasmosaur, more ammonites, Baculides, Diplomosaurus, or Ceras, excuse me, Diplomosaurus, and Nostoceras. Those are types of ammonites. And then we get like a type of like marine reptile, um, Mortoneria, and that's a different kind of marine reptile, and that one shows up in the Antarctic type of area. And so I believe that is a brand new marine reptile that was actually discovered not too long ago in Antarctica. But that's actually pretty cool. We get to see that. I mean, I'd say the one criticism about this one is a Mosasaurus breaching out of the water. Kind of like how great whites breach out of the water when they hunt seals. I don't know if a Mosasaurus was able to do that. I mean, maybe it could, but I probably would say maybe like half of its body could get out there. But I mean, they did show some science at the end of each episode, so I'd say that's actually pretty neat on that. But this episode was actually pretty good too. So let's actually move on to the final episode, and that is episode 5. And so episode 5. So the animals that show up here, and the episode was called North America, and so just an entire continent here. And so we first see as Alamosaurus. Alamosaurus makes its debut in this show. And then we get a type of troodontid. Doesn't really say a name on there, just a type of troodontid. Tyrannosaurus Rex makes an appearance again. Quetzalcoatlus shows up. Quetzalcoatlus showed up in the previous season. Then we get another type of mosasaur, Globidens. Globidens is in this episode. And then we get a type of ammonite again. We got Sphenodiscus. And then we get a type of bird, Stygonetta. And then we get a type of raptorial dinosaur called Pectinodon. We also get to see Triceratops again. We also get to see Ornithomimus and Nanuqsaurus. So Nanuqsaurus shows up again from the previous season. This one was actually really neat. I'd probably say this one was the weaker episode of the others, but it was actually still not too bad. I would still say that it's not too bad. Now let's actually get to my overall thoughts. So my overall thoughts of season 2. So it was very well told stories. Of course, narration was great by David Attenborough. You cannot beat David Attenborough as a narrator, especially for a type of documentary like this one. Any nature documentary or paleo documentary that actually has David Attenborough narrating, it's gold. The CGI was top notch CGI. The settings were great. Real life settings too. So this is real life settings. They actually traveled all over the world to find settings that fit perfectly for the prehistoric times, especially in the end of the Cretaceous. Dinosaur designs were very great as well. I know there's still a little bit of controversy about like lips on some of these some of the dinosaurs, but right now that's what the science is leaning toward. But I would probably say that I'm still up in the air about lips on dinosaurs, but I digress. And like season one, the production is amazing. The production on this show is just great. It's just like you just cannot fathom of how good the production is. Not too many negative things to say about this. I'd probably say was that the fifth episode was the weakest episode. Oceans was kind of like the second weakest. It's just episodes 1 to 3 in season two were really good, really good. And but my overall score is a 9.8 out of 10. This is still a great documentary. And if any of you that have not gotten the chance to see it, please feel free to do so. You can sign up for 1 week, a free 1 week. Uh, on Apple TV Plus to be able to binge Prehistoric Planet. If you still haven't seen season one, feel free to do so. Binge every single episode. Please do so. And I wish that Apple would be able to make physical copies of this show so that way I can watch it over and over and over again. But thing is that with streaming, it's what's the big thing now, and people want to stream their shows and movies uh, right now, and that's kind of something that we're gonna have to get used to for a while. But I still want a physical copy of the show. I mean, if they do that, that would be great. But anyway, let me know if you've seen Prehistoric Planet, if you've seen both episodes, and if you have already seen season one, please tell me, what do you think of season two? Have you seen season two? What do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you think it, or do you not like it? Do you actually think that season two's better than season one, or do you think season one is still better than season two? Let me know in the comment section, please. Feel free to do so. And what was your favorite episode of Prehistoric Planet season two, or even heck, let's just talk. Tell me your favorite episode in both seasons of Prehistoric Planet. Please feel free to put it down in the comments down below. And so the next episode will be on June 22nd, 2023, and there'll be a special episode. I'll let you guys know what kind of prehistoric animal I'm talking about. And so we'll talk about a Jurassic type of creature. So it could be a marine reptile, it could be a pterosaur, it could be a dinosaur. I mean, I'll let you know what kind of Jurassic creature that I'll talk about, especially for Jurassic June. So stay tuned for that. But you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life. Feel free to email me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or otherwise go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dino Chris. Like the page, yes, you post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messengers for private conversations. So please put your questions in the comment section. And for you YouTubers out there, according to my analytics, a lot of you guys that are checking out my channel and not subscribed yet, so please feel free to hit that subscribe button. And also hit the like button, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works now, is that the more likes on the videos, the better, and the more ways it gets spread out to people that are interested in dinosaurs, paleontology, geology in general, prehistoric life. And so that way people can check out this channel, and also hit that subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell, so that way you can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. So I do videos weekly, so that way it keeps me grounded, and also doesn't get me burned out too much. And also for you YouTubers out there, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. Your questions do mean a lot on the Q&A episode. So all of you that are sending me questions like via email, Facebook, or YouTube, you guys are actually putting out some great questions, and it means a lot for those Q&A episodes. You guys are awesome. Keep up the great work, and also make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALL. It's my Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of the people around you. And also, for younger people out there that are still listening to parents and teachers and the guardians, it's the best motivation you could have for a good education. It's very important to have a good education. With a good education, you get a good job in the future. And also, check out the community tab on the channel too. And I'm going to be putting out weekly polls throughout this summer. And so, the previous one was, and the most recent poll is, what was your favorite quote in Jurassic Park? Since that Jurassic Park turned 30 years old not too long ago. So please put down what your favorite or vote your favorite quote in Jurassic Park. And if it's a different kind of quote that is shown on there, put it in the comment section on that post. Check it out. Check out the community tab. You guys will like what I'm actually posting on there. All right, that's it for now. And I'll see you guys next time.